Your ex asking to stay friends might not mean what you think it means. Because when someone says, I still want us to be friends, it can sound quite sweet. It can sound quite mature. It can sound like they value you so much, even though the romantic relationship is over, they still want you in their life. And maybe that is true. Maybe your personality was just unbelievable. Maybe they looked at you and they thought, I don't want the kissing anymore, but the chat, the humor, the emotional support, that stuff needs to stay. And look, sometimes that does happen. Sometimes two people break up. Both people have genuinely processed it. Both people have no hidden agenda, and eventually they can become friends. Lovely, very mature from everyone. But I don't think that is usually what is happening immediately after a breakup. Because when you break up with someone, it is very hard to go from 100 to 0. 1 minute, they are your person. You speak every single day. You know what they're doing, you know who they're with, you know how they're feeling, and you know the little details of their life. You have a sense of place in each other's worlds. And then suddenly the relationship ends. And you're supposed to just accept that you no longer have access. You don't know whether someone else is slowly entering the space that you used to occupy. And that is really difficult. Not just for the person who is left, for both people. Because even if someone ends the relationship, it does not mean they're instantly comfortable losing all their access to you. And I think this is where let's just stay friends can become much more complicated than it seems. Because sometimes it isn't really friendship. Sometimes it's a softer landing. Sometimes it's a way of breaking up without having to fully feel the consequence of the breakup. Sometimes it's, I don't want the relationship anymore, but I also don't want to fully lose you yet. And I know that might sound really harsh, but I think it happens more than people like to admit. Because staying friends can allow someone to keep one foot in your life while still stepping out of the relationship. They still get to check in. They still get to know how you are. They still get to keep an eye on whether you're moving on. They still get the comfort of presence in your life without the responsibility of being your partner. And look, for context, I'm a therapist, and one of the things I've seen quite often is that immediate friendship after a breakup gets confusing very, very quickly. Because one person might say they want friendship, but the other person is secretly hoping it becomes more again. And that is a problem. Because friendship requires freedom. It requires both people to be genuinely okay with the relationship being over. And the truth is, straight after a breakup, most people are just not there yet. But anyway, that's my thought of the day. I hope it was useful. I'll see you on the next one.